Hello friends, my name is Deep Patel and here I'm talking about the tobacco industries and some research about tobacco and how many people's death by tobacco, chewing and smoking and everything. So what the country gain? So why they are not shutting down the tobacco industry and everything? Because people are killing, but why the countries just contribute them? I mean, so like here I got some research and I'm talking about that. I want to share the information about with you. So by leading to nearly 7 million deaths per year by the tobacco, and the tobacco industry contributes significantly to the government budget of those countries like manufacturing cigarettes. In 1960 the French government collected 1.2 million francs per minute in 1960. In 1977, the Japanese government budget collected 13 billion from cigarette taxes. In 1984, the small island of Cyprus still earned 11 million pounds from cigarette taxes. For ages, tobacco companies in USA and UK, like United States of America and United Kingdom, have been known for their mass manufacturing of cigarettes. Every year, the world produces 6 million ton cigarettes carton. Like the United States account for 1 million ton of those total. So it's contribute like much more in the world. So the business profit is worth tens of billions of dollars. In US, the tobacco company's power is reflected through their contribution to the government budget, which is a crucial part to the development and survival of the country. Therefore, tobacco companies are untouchable since their evil impact have reached deeply in the government. They lobby every government election as well as support government finance. So that's why the government is not banning the companies which is producing tobacco. That's the reason. Politicians don't dare to defy tobacco companies because they do not want their political career to end prematurely. The history of the world tobacco industry is long and it has been growing with great number of mysteries, business affairs, and politician manipulations. Even the health department was manipulated in 19 early of in the early of mid-century. The tobacco tycoon covered the negative effect of tobacco research. On the other hand, they secretly invested in a building tobacco research centers. So that was very bad. Like spokespersons from these centers were all reflected related to the dirty money. They claimed that there was no evidence that proved cigarettes cause cancers, nor did any indicates in cigarettes lead to cancers. In fact, about one third of all cancer deaths are related to tobacco use. Tobacco companies have made people believe that cigarettes are healthy by paying millions of dollars for celebrities to smoke cigarettes in a movie, in paying famous athletes to be cigarette spokesperson. So that's why they are also increasing the femininity of the cigarettes, and so that's why youngsters are very addicted with them, like showing the movie and some web series and everything. On the on the contrary, tobacco company endeavors are to fund anti-smoke campaign for children. We can see this is how tobacco companies, I mean, giving a public opinion, and gratefully the government, by funding the contribution I mean construction of tobacco rehab centers and building anti-smoke movement. In 1986, the United States launched anti-smoke movement. It's ironic that the nation manufacturing the largest number of cigarettes started an anti-smoking movement. It's ironically because uh, after that the USA is manufacturing more cigarettes than before. So that's why the movement took millions of dollars from the government budget. So that's another loss. But fines from smoking illegally were also profitable. So that was the tricky game, because they are not taking money from government but another way, like as a fine or as a taxes or something like that. So they are investing in anti-smoking campaign, but after, like, if people smoking, the fine charge it's double and trouble. So that's why how they are earning money, and they not feel guilty. This movement had made a huge impact around the world. Other countries started follow. Tobacco companies happily plucked out hundreds of millions of dollars to deal with this anti-movement. However, they raised the sale of productivity, because this is an addictive thing. So, in order to increase the purchasing power from buyers, as a result, cigarette sale in USA increased dramatically. Research uh, Research say that a total of 93.4 billion in 2016. With financial power, the tobacco tycoon spend lots of money to recruit the smartest and most skillful employees to protect their empire, including managers, salespeople, lawyers, doctors, spokespersons, and many more. Everyone operates like a well-oiled machine. They are ready to face any problems threatening their empire. Due to the, I mean, Due to the large contribution to the government budget from tobacco companies, cigarettes are not only encouraged to be manufactured but are also protected secretly or publicly. Therefore, the government will not allow any organizations to pressure or influence cigarettes manufacturing. The government just, I mean, so that's why the government is contribution indirectly here. Now, the government just vaguely accused the negative effect of cigarettes by imprinting some useless warning on the pack of cigarettes, which no one pay attention to, because this is addictive thing. A smoker is smoking in anyhow, whether it's written that there's a cost, so like cancer or non-smoker or passive smoker is affected as well. No one care. So that's why occasionally there were some winning cases against tobacco companies. This is the positive thing somewhere in the court. However, the that might be an action of resuming the public opinion, or is it a hidden war among tobacco companies? Meanwhile, tobacco companies are still selling 27,675 million cigarettes carton globally each year. It's a very huge number, which is evaluated to emitting 2.2 262 million kilogram of waste and 209 million kilogram of chemical waste. to environment. It's huge numbers, and we can't bear that waste in the world, and there are lots of result or consequences to the nature, and it's very bad for humans. There are more than 4 million hectares of deforestation for cigarette fuel, rolling paper produce and paper wrapping. It's very bad to the environment. With this with these intimidate figures, tobacco companies around the world have grossed 765 billion, but they also kill 7 million people every year. And it's increasing, it's not stable. The number of people is dying, and it's increasing. And if we don't care, if even it should be more horrible situation in the world. Is it ironic how most government prohibited smoking in public but still allow cigarettes manufacturing? A smoke-free world seems like an impossible thing right now, but uh, nothing is impossible if we do something. If there is still hope for the world like that, you should start to quit cigarettes or simply to say no to cigarette. As I was just saying, if you smoking, there are some people who are not smoking and they're aware with this, and they don't want to start it. It's better to just don't start it. And because I researched that, like, before age of 18, people like teenagers are start to smoking because they want to know how to experience it, and this is making them addicted, and it's very expensive. They can't saving their money. They just spend all the money with to the cigarettes. And so that's why government took a decision that on 31st May, this is the no cigarette day, no tobacco day actually. So there are some initiative as well. The government is earning money with this. People are dying, but some people are aware. So aware people need to be need to start campaigning, and the people who are still smoking, they need to aware, and they are not like they can't give up their cigarettes or tobacco in the next day, but they can try it. They can decrease the level. They can use some another options like chewing a chewing gum, or eat or some drink some well things. So this is the also alternative of cigarettes. That's what I want to say about cigarettes and tobacco. Thank you guys. Thank you and have a nice day. Be safe.